welcome back to my garage gym. Today's review is going to be over Pulley, which is going to be a cable system for any rack that you have. So this is going to save you money and save you space because it's going to be a cable system, as you see here. It's going to be behind me. We're going to go all over through it, that attaches to any size rack, so you don't have to get its own cable tower or a functional trainer, right? You can just have this on your rack to be able to still do those yummy cable exercises that are so necessary and so great to do. So the Pulley, the one I have behind me that we're going to go over today, is the 10-in-1. So the 10-in-1 is going to come with two 26-inch weight straps. So they're going to be the strap that is here that holds the weight plate. It's going to come with two high pulley straps, so that's how you're going to connect it to your rack. It comes with two bullet pulleys. The bullet pulleys are here and here. These are, and I'll show you why it's called a bullet pulley. It's because this back end down here is kind of shaped like a bullet. It kind of goes into a funnel, and that's what makes it attachable to any size hole that you have with your rack. It comes with carabiners. It comes with two different size cable lengths. So you have a 140-inch cable, which is going to be your really long one for low cable work, and you're going to have a 73-inch one that's like set up for here, so you can do some higher cable work. We got the two high pulleys in the 10-to-1, and as well as it comes with two different handles. Here they are. Comes with the tools. Overall, assembly was super easy. As you can see, it's just covered cables and pulleys, so the assembly is great. This unit itself, the 10-in-1 kit runs about $369. They do have a 3-in-1 kit that runs a little bit cheaper. It's about $299. So let me show you how this works and how it's going to save you time and money for your home gym. So this is the Pulley. This is the shape of a bullet, and this is why it's going to fit any size rack. Because of that funnel shape, it's going to fit and wedge itself in there so that it's tight and secure to your rack. So you just take this screw handle, put it through, we'll do it about at 20, and then you're going to take this knurled handle and just tighten it down, and it's going to take a minute. Make sure everything is flush and fit in, and then you just tighten. As you can see, it's going to start coming into this hole, and it's going to get a nice grip, and then you're going to secure it. It's going to lock up. You want to make sure it gets that nice tight. You'll feel that secureness. All right, it's snug. There's no more turning. So now it's ready for weights, for exercises. This can be completely adjustable to your rack and your setup. My ceiling, I'm not able to put the pull-up bar higher or lower, so you might have to place these or use a different length of cables depending on your rack and your setup. So I have it at a medium height there. So here, you're right, you can do single arm rows. If you listen, you don't hear anything because it's really smooth and it's really quiet. And you can see for this exercise, we're using the loading pin that comes in the 10-in-1 kit. So you can add your weights on there. You can also flip that around. We can do some single arm chest press. You could do single arm flies. There's over 100 different exercises you can do with this. And you can, for all intents and purposes, bring both bullet pulleys down so you could do bilateral exercises. So you could do chest press, chest flies, double arm row, so on and so forth. Now let's move over to the other one and show you how I set it up for a tricep exercise. For this next exercise, I'm using the weight strap. So this is an awesome idea. That way you can just use the plates that you already have. Is the bullet pulley on the inside of the rack, and I move the high pulley a little bit closer. So this would allow me to do my tricep exercises or anything that I want to do from a higher cable position. So next up, I have a high pull down using that inside. Again, there's no noise. It's silent. It's smooth. And you can definitely load up some extra weight on that. So here's how you can make the bullet pulley work for you for those high exercises. And now let's move them down and go over some of the lower, both cables at the same time. So to show you how to change this from a high to low position, you're going to unscrew your bullet, take it out. You're going to take out, because you're going to need to change the cable to be the longer one, unthread the shorter cable. We're going to thread through the longer one. And then we're gonna take that through there. And hook it on to your loading pin. And we're gonna stick the bullet pulley back on the low position. And it's as simple as that. Changing it takes less than a minute. There we go. When you're using both cables at the same time, key tip here is to make sure that each one of these is aligned with the side. So the right cable is to the right side, the left cable is to the left side. You don't want them twisted over because then you're gonna get uneven pulling. Another key feature or key point that I want you guys to pay attention to is if this bullet pulley is tilted at all, it is going to grate this casing on this wire and this casing already. I've gotten it snagged a few times because it's been just a hair misaligned and it's just stripping this rubber coating that's on here. So I would say that's one of the things that I wasn't too thrilled about is this cable. It works really well, but it pops off a lot. So that is something of a little frustration, but that's gonna happen when you're using this as your cable system, right? Nothing's gonna be perfect. So this does pop off a lot and it can get stuck in the pulley. And then like I said, the rubber coating, it shreds like grated cheese. And grate that red rubber coating off like cheese. So you have to be really precise with what angle you're pulling at and then crank down that bullet pulley so it stays there and you're not shredding your cable. Okay, full transparency, we just had to take like a 5-minute break because feeding these cables through the pulleys, every time we readjust it, it pops out and it starts grating. So if you're lifting by yourself, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to keep having to switch them. And there's nothing you can do about that. The cable's just gonna pop off. As soon as there's no tension, they're slacking the cable, which means the cable is going to come off the pulley and then you're gonna have to keep readjusting it. So already I'm just a little like, this isn't for me, but let me continue to show you what this could possibly do for you. So here we have, you could do some bicep curls from low to high, right? Or you could do some chest. So the options for you, like I said, there's tons of exercises, but it really does get frustrating when you keep having to, so like I set it down, there's loose in the cable, and I gotta pick it back up, and it can pop off. You also have to be very, very steady with your movement, because if you really start trying to really power through this, that weight is gonna swing all over the place. So there's not a lot of stability with that. So if you're gonna try to do power strength exercises, maybe not so much, but slow, steady hypertrophy, this would be for you. All right, you can do cable facing bicep curls. So those are some of the examples of the bullet pulley exercise. So last but not least, the bullet pulley also comes with an anchor pad. So this is kind of the same concept. It's got the bullet pulley end, the knurled handle, and you can use this, right, to kind of hold your legs in if you were doing any kind of low row. You can have your legs there. You could use it for if you want to do kind of a preacher curl, right? You would attach this on the end. You could do preacher curls. So this is going to just expand your exercises. I did just notice that I haven't used this yet, but there's already a rip in the seam. So maybe the pad isn't as nice as I said initially. But let's show you another exercise that I've seen with this. This would be kind of a leaning lateral raise. So you would hook your arm here, put your feet out, you'd grab the cable, and you would do a lateral raise. I'd have to move the bullet pulley on the inside, so you could do a leaning side lateral as well with this attachment. All right, guys, come here, take a look at this. So this was just from the exercises, like I said, shredded cheese. So here is a possible solution, and my dad built his own cable system at home, and it's way better than this. Kudos to my dad. He's the OG home gym guru. I actually have a video with him further down on my channel. I will link that. Go check him out. He is incredible. So what my dad did for his, because he used pulleys, is you can weld a washer in there. So if they welded a washer, it would be a guide for the cable, so it's not going all over the place. Cable control, washer. You're welcome, bullet pulley, and thanks, Dad. All right, guys, let's do a recap. What do we like about the bullet pulley? It offers you versatility if you just have a standard rack. It's going to save you space, and it gives you the opportunity to either use a pin-loaded mechanism for weight plates or the weight strap, so you could use the standard weight plates you already have. We like that it has different cable sizes, so you could do different exercises. What we don't like, I don't like that it is really tough to do any kind of high pull exercises. With the high pulley up here, it still wasn't, with the cable lengths, able to give me a really good like lat pull down. For me, it didn't work. I also didn't like that the cable kept popping out of the pulley and grating, and I kept having to stop and tighten it and readjust it and after every set. So for me, that was frustrating. And I know during a workout, when I'm in the zone, the last thing I want to do is have to stop and every rep or every set readjust, redo it, especially since I train alone. I like the concept of the pad. It could be better quality. So all in all, I like the concept of the bullet pulley. It's definitely good for some. Like, I think like beginners, this might be a good piece for you. If you're advanced or a elite athlete or even a intermediate athlete, this probably isn't the mechanism for you. I personally wouldn't purchase this. They sent it to me to do a review and speak to you guys about it. So my honest review is it needs work. I wouldn't recommend it for any of my friends in the community. I would wait until they come out with a better model. So thank you for tuning in. I hope I didn't break any hearts with that people who were, I had some people message me when they saw I got this and they were like, man, I'm really curious what you thought, because I've had that in my shopping cart like 10 different times. I hate to disappoint you. I didn't like it, but please hit that subscribe button. You know, share this video, like, comment. It helps me continue to get products so I can give you guys a no bullshit, no bull crap assessment, right? I'm not here to get free stuff until everybody gets a 5-star review. I'm here to give you guys super honest kinesiology, like I'm an exercise scientist, review on things that will actually work for you. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time.